Do you remember when the showrunners of The Rings of Power promised that Season 2 would be more canonical, more lore accurate? Did you believe them? Yeah, I didn't think so. Wes, hi everybody, and welcome to another video. Well, and apparently the latest trailer for The Rings of Power Season 2 just came out, and I am here, of course, to cover it for you, because you all like it, my dear friends. Shall we begin? Alright. So do you remember when the showrunners for The Rings of Power said that Season 2 will be more canonical, more lore accurate? Well, I laughed at it at the time when we got this news, because quite obviously who would believe that? At this point. I mean, it couldn't be further from the truth, right? The final product. And what I didn't expect is that what they meant is that we wouldn't get scenes and passages adapted from the appendices to The Lord of the Rings, but we would get a mishmash and goulash of names and characters being put in situations and times when they have no place and when they have got nothing to do. Now, you know at this point that I'm not really a fan of adaptations. This is really the biggest gripe I have with this and with other adaptations like The Witcher, for example, because the only thing they have got in common with the work of art that they are supposedly adapting is the name, the title. And so one of the examples here is all this. I mean, it's nothing specific in this trailer, but it's all throughout this trailer, and indeed all throughout it seems to be Season 1 and Season 2. This is this omnipresent fear of Sauron, which, if you've read The Silmarillion, The Unfinished Tales, and the appendices to The Lord of the Rings, I mean, as far as Anatar goes, the elves only realized that Anatar was Sauron when he put on the One Ring. I mean, elves, they weren't extremely frightened of Sauron's presence all throughout the Second Age. And so I find it quite strange, but I can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to build the entire show basically on two characters, on Galadriel and Sauron, and on the struggle between those two. Well, canonically, of course, as far as the lore goes, as I said, truth couldn't be... it's not true, actually, because, as I said, Anatar, when he came to Eregion, quite obviously a lot of elves mistrusted him. They saw that he wasn't that which he presented himself to be, such as Galadriel, of course. She was like the chief one who didn't trust him, but in no way did she know that it was Sauron from the get-go, from the beginning, like it was in Season 1. Now, in Season 1, in the end, basically everybody knows that Sauron's back, and yet they allow this very strange person, this Anatar, the giver of gifts, to walk among them, a guy who looks suspiciously close to Halbrand, just shaved with a wig. And then this. What the hell is this? Is this a dream scene? Is she high? Is she tripping? Has she had some LSD, some elven LSD? I don't remember this ever happening. Now, Celebrimbor here, quite obviously in this scene, he's asking Anatar, like, what did you do to me? Who are you anyway? And he said, I am, what does he say? I am the one who keeps something at bay. What did he say? Who are you truly? I am the one keeping the storm at bay. Celebrimbor was quite an intelligent fella. And I think that at this very moment, he would realize the truth. So if Celebrimbor has any brains in his cranium, such as he had in the book, he will know and realize that this is Sauron, which is once again lore inaccurate. So the promise that the showrunners gave you, which I laughed at the very beginning, is of course false. And they... Oh man, this is going to be such a disaster. So what we have is, doubling down on everything that they did in season 1. And I've covered the entire season 1 in detail. So should you wish to check out those videos, they are there on my channel. This is Gandalf and Tom Bombadil. Once again, these two fellas have nothing to do here. And even if this wasn't Gandalf, it has been established that this is a wizard. This is one of the Istari. It was mentioned by those strange, bold chicks in season 1. And we know that the Istari came to Middle-earth in the Third Age. Now, yeah, as given, there is a mention and a version of the Istari story that says in the Unfinished Tales that the two blue wizards actually could have come to Middle-earth in the Second Age, but there's just one version of a story that's not even in the appendices to the Lord of the Rings, which supposedly they have got the rights for. So there you go. And there are more and more signs and nods that this actually is Gandalf, which once again is preposterous, because there is only one version of the story of when Olorin came to Middle-earth, and that is in the Third Age. Olorin, of course, being Gandalf. Well, and Tom Bombadil, Jesus Christ, yes, he has been in Middle-earth, like, since the get-go. He mentions in the Fellowship of the Ring that he's one of the oldest beings, if not the oldest being in Middle-earth. But, come on, did you really feel the need to cram him here, of all places? And then, if you've read The Lord of the Rings, you know that Tom Bombadil is... I mean, all this is is depicted as being very dark, and very, very fear-inducing, very grim. And Tom Bombadil is somebody completely different. Now, the one reason why Peter Jackson didn't include Tom Bombadil in the story, in his films, is that he really doesn't fit the overall story, in that it's a nice intermezzo in the book. So there's this journey of the hobbits traveling and finding themselves in grave danger, and there is in the books this omnipresent fear of the Dark One and of the evil coming from the east. And then when Tom Bombadil saves them, it's like a safe harbor that they find themselves in. They suddenly come across this very strange, jolly, singing and dancing creature with Goldberry, his wife, and it's like a little break from all this darkness that surrounds them. And it doesn't seem to me that Tom Bombadil serves the same role here, serves the same purpose. So, this is a confrontation between Galadriel and Sauron. Yeah, and he's got his crown here, and it's a mishmash. It's, once again, I'm going to say, this is a show that's about elves and dark lords and orcs, and it just has the name The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, because they just felt the need to leech on a famous story in the hope of making money. Unfortunately, they have only made fools out of themselves. But yeah, it's something that we know and have known since the very get-go. Right. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. That'll be all. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm out of here.